Hi, it's Tina Warren, and this is the forecast for the week beginning the 22nd of June 2020, leading us up to Sunday the 28th of June 2020. And hot on the heels of the solstice, a full solar eclipse and a new moon in Cancer. Let's see what the cards have got to say for the upcoming week. These ones are, and I know you can't see me shuffling, but I can't do the camera any other way. These are cards by Gaia Oracle cards by Tony Carmine Salerno, and let's see what we've got. Right, let's turn them all the right way. So we've got this first one, and this is Lost Love, Surrender, Healing and Release. Okay. Then we've got the Hidden Path, the Marriage of Spirit and Matter. And then we've got Flame Tree, the start of something new. And how perfect is that for the energy? At the moment, coming on the heels of this eclipse, eclipses will always either let something go, they will eclipse something out of our lives, or they will bring in something new. Quite often it's about letting something go, because more often than not there are things we need to let go of so the new things can come in. Surrender is something that it's not about giving up on everything, but it is about giving up on trying to control everything and micromanage things. So there's an opportunity to find a way forward by not trying to control how that happens. So it is about trusting at the moment, and it is about surrendering to the way things are at the moment. There are such a lot of changes on the planet, and it will continue to change. But how those changes affect us will be a lot of that will be down to us and our interpretation of that. So there is an opportunity to change things in a very positive way. So the new moon obviously brings in that new energy, and as we go through a new moon, there is an opportunity to release and let go of the things that no longer serve you. With the eclipse and with the solstice, what's happening is those things may just be sort of very clearly identifiable to you now, so you should be able to move things forward. The Hidden Path was out last week and is out again this week. Really, it's about focusing on you, the marriage of spirit and matter. If you're not using your intuition, if you're not tapping into that bigger part of who you are, there's an opportunity now to become more aware of it, to do the things that you love and to build on the things that are supporting you as well. And one of the best ways to do this is to really get to know who you are. So tapping into and trusting that intuition. So you don't normally see these. I have been doing the weekly forecasts, and I'm using Angels and Ancestors cards, and I will pull a card for each day. I'm not doing reversals. This is a general reading, and we're looking for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're looking for the cards and what they're informing us of in the upcoming week. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, there's two, They were adamant coming out together. And Sunday. Let's see what we've got for Sunday. Where are you? There we go. There we go. Right, so those are those ones. And I'm also using, those are Angel and Ancestors Oracle cards by Kyle Gray. I'm also using Earth Magic Oracle cards by Stephen D. Farmer. I just had about 8 jump out then, too many. So Tuesday, Wednesday is 2. Thursday is on the floor. So there's Thursday. Whoops, Thursday. Friday's come out Saturday. And then Sunday. Whoa. Right. It feels as if when I did the cards last week, the energy from Friday, Saturday, Sunday for this week felt very different. And it feels as if this energy is going to move, carry forward. And this energy is about this reflective energy that we've got that's stimulated by the moon, but it's something that's very, very beneficial at the moment. And it's almost like you being an authority in your life. So it's considering what's right for you, what is working for you, and really paying attention to that. So being aware of what's going on around you, but actually making sure you're doing what's important for you as well. So let's see what we've got for Monday as we start the week. I am an intuitive reader, so these readings will always be based on what I'm getting intuitively, what I'm picking up energetically, and as I move through the week, the energy will change. So the energy will constantly change anyway. So the readings will be based on that and not on the card meanings if you've got these cards and look at the book. So let's start. We're starting off with, whoa, Star Ancestor. Follow the voice of your soul. So actually, what is it that you've been wanting to do? What is it that you've been dreaming of doing? What is your passion and what inspires you? Your intuition is the voice of your soul. So pay attention to the things that are coming up there. You will find that you will naturally be drawn towards certain things, whether that's healing, whether it's sort of being able to build things with your hands or things like that. We are all here to do different things. It could be communication. It could be the way you write. It could be the way that you understand things. We're all here for a reason. Pay attention to the things that are coming up for you. If there are ideas that you've had or things that you want to move forward on, then start noting them down and start paying attention to where that is being supported. If you're moving in the right direction for you, then pay attention to the things going on around you. You might be seeing synchronicities, you might be noticing repetitive numbers, and just tap into those feelings. If it's feeling right, then move with it, but if it's feeling wrong, then just pause and see what's going on. The card to support this is this vigilance, and it's not being vigilant against people around you, it's paying attention and noticing the things that are coming up for you through your intuition. So if you put on the radio and have heard the same song 4 times differently that day, listen to the words in the song. Is there a message within there? Is there something that's resonating with you? So don't ignore everything around you as we start the week. Pay attention to the way the world speaks to you and the way your soul speaks to you, because it is guiding you. As I say, this energy feels as if as we move towards midweek, it is about trusting yourself, being reflective, and what have we got here? Oracle. Wait for important information. Okay, so it is about being patient. There's a lot of confusion around at the moment, and things are not necessarily clear. So if you're uncertain of a way forward, if you're, trying to rush things, it might be that you find you can't push them forward. Again, this is where this surrender comes in. Don't try and force things. Allow for things to settle, allow for things to clarify in their own due course. This doesn't mean putting things off if there are things that you need to do. So it doesn't mean being inactive. It just means that sometimes you have to be patient and trust, really do trust with this. It could be, and as I say, things are not clear as we're moving into the beginning of this week, and there will be a lot of clearing, understanding, and releasing going on about our own perceptions, attitudes, and the things that we keep to ourselves. So it's a lot of recognizing things there as well. So be patient. And we're at the summer solstice, but we've actually got the winter solstice. This is a time of reflection. It is a time of going within. It's not a time to force things. At this point, everything is suspended. So it's waiting for the right time until that happens. So as the year moves around, then we get the new growth and we start moving into that period. But it's about watching what you're doing with your energy. Don't waste your energy in the wrong way. You may need to surrender to a situation or to something around you, but just know that something better will come in place. Moving on to Wednesday. And Wednesday feels as though there may be inspiration, ideas. It may be an active day mentally. And what have we got? We've got the moon. And take note of intuitive messages. So those inspirational ideas, the things that are coming in, take note. So it's not about necessarily jumping forward and going, I've got to change my life because I've just had this intuitive hit. It's about making note of it at the moment, not rushing, but there could be a lot of things coming to you, a lot of ideas, a lot of inspirations. Take note for future reference, but not necessarily jumping forward with these at the moment. We've also got this one, eagle and communion. Okay, the eagle sees above a situation, it sees the bigger picture. And this communion is conversation. So when you're in communion, you're in the company of, you're in the vicinity of. So pay attention to those ideas, those thoughts, and again, the things that may be coming to you in different ways. And it is about trusting right now. It could be that you feel keen to move forward on this day. And if you need to expend energy, do it in the right way. Just give yourself an opportunity to take note of things, as that says. And then there's this childhood and innocence. As adults, we get very serious. We talk about practical matters, the reality of things and how things are. This is about having a little bit of fun, lightening up. And when you do that, that's most likely the time that these inspirations and ideas are likely to come through. So up to Wednesday, the energy feels as if it's sort of, there may be some understanding, there may be some clarity, there may be some letting go of things or identifying the things that you may be letting go of. And then Thursday, we have Thursday. And it feels slightly more energetic on Thursday. So the energy feels different. So as we move through the week, the beginning of the week, Thursday's energy changes a little bit and it could be a more practical day. So what have we got here? We've got that eagle again and we've got Father Sky. This is trust in the unknown, okay? So it could be that you are doing something different or you are just trusting yourself and moving things forward. If these are things that have come to you through your intuition, then you can absolutely have faith in those. If these are things that you are coming to because you think it's the right thing for you, it may be that you need to not define things in the way that you are, and surrender that and allow it to come through to you in a way that is right for you. Quite often when we think about doing things in a certain way, when we think we're going to do things because it seems the right thing to do, or that's what other people are doing, or that's what works for them, when we go with that attitude and try and make those changes apply to our lives, they won't work. So it is about trusting in that intuitive stuff that's coming to you and really paying attention in that way. Yes, we are still in this state of confusion. Yes, there is a lot of change. No, we do not know exactly how things are going to pan out. But that doesn't mean you can't plan anything for your future, and you can't plan something that's much more supportive of you than it was in the past. What we've got with this is clouds and shape-shifting. So shape-shifting is something that is linked in a lot with shamanism, and it is taking on the attributes and strengths of certain things. Witches were seen to be shapeshifted and shapeshifted into their familiars, which were generally cats, or could have been owls, ravens, crows, and things like that. But it is about seeing yourself as more than you actually are at the moment. What if things were different? What if you were doing the thing that you really wanted to do? So it's about looking at the way things can change. It may not be anything around you, but is it you that needs to change at the moment? So that's Thursday, moving into Friday. And it's got a little bit of a lighter feel. Thursday's not heavy, it just feels different. But this has got a nice light feel. And we've got this lady. Enjoy growth and reap rewards. So actually spend time doing the things that are good for you, that are fruitful for you as well. She said, looking at the apples. But things that bring you not necessarily money, but bring you satisfaction, that make you feel good, and that are authentically things that you love doing. So look at that. If you are considering starting something, or you have started something, this growth isn't necessarily about a physical thing. It could be a growth of understanding, of personal understanding, a growth in self-awareness, but it's paying attention to the things that are supporting you. There will be things that you're recognizing this week are not, and there will. So on the other side of that are the things that really are supporting you. Recognize those, put your energy in towards those, whether it's a hobby, whether it's an interest, whether it's something you do for a living, or just something that makes you feel good. Lean in towards that on Friday, and it will give you a boost. And then we've got this tree and grounding. Okay, so a tree is always far more than we can ever see. It's got its roots that support it and ground it, and that's what this will do. Working with the things that are making you feel good will increase that feeling of stability and grounding in who you are. Even though everything around you may be in chaos, it just is stabilizing for you. So the energy is very, very supportive. It's lighter, and this grounding energy, we can ground by actually being with trees, being in nature, walking barefoot on the earth. That's called earthing, but it's very grounding. Taking a bath or a shower, meditating, all of these things can ground. So it's a day where your feelings, what's right for you, and the things that are supporting you is a day where these will be important. So moving towards Saturday, and we got a couple of cards out Saturday because they were stuck together. So this is the 27th. As far as I'm aware, we've got things changing again on the 4th of July in this country, but it just feels light. So something's easing or something's lightening up, and it could be the stars. No, set your sights higher. So this is quite an uplifting energy that I'm feeling on this day. It might not be that everything is brilliant around you, but you might be feeling quite good. Don't limit yourself, and sort of, if you're working towards something, then do the best you can, but set your sights higher. So aim for the stars, or is it shoot for the moon and you'll fall amongst the stars? So, that's there. You don't have to share this with anybody. So it's about trusting yourself, but actually aiming further than you thought with something. Then we've got this elder, move beyond ancestral patterns. Quite often I'll meet people and they'll say to me, well, I worry because my mum always worried and things like that. There are certain things that are inherited genetically, and there are certain things that we learn, and certain patterns that we learn as well. And some of these may have been useful when you were growing up, and they may have worked for your parents, grandparents, and for previous generations, but for you in particular, it's not useful or helpful or supporting your growth. So it's about making changes that are working for you, even if it's something different, even if no one has done that before in your family. So there always has to be someone that does something different at some point. So you might be the first person to go to university and get a degree in your family, or you might be the first person to start their own business in your family. Just because it hasn't happened before doesn't mean that it can't with you. So consider making changes that are supportive for you. So we have then got this one, whale and breach. And this is about moving things forward in a way that is supporting you. So you may actually take action to do these things, to move things forward, or to start something in motion. So whatever that may be, it's sort of like you're announcing, and it's sort of breathing life into that, and it is moving forward. This breach, a whale comes out of the water, one, to breathe, so it fills its lungs with oxygen, but not the only reason. It comes out because it actually likes that feeling. So do the things that are feeling right for you. They don't just come out to breathe. They play, they explore, they understand. So just know that there is an opportunity for you to move things forward. It could be speaking out, but not necessarily. Even just acknowledging the changes and saying that you're going to do it, write it down. And then you've got something to start working towards. So on Sunday, the 28th of June, nearly at the end of June, we've only been in it for like half a day, it feels like. But we're nearly at the end of the month. Let's see what we've got for this. And we have Mirror Guardian. Take time to reflect. Okay? And actually, that reflective energy is something that is supported at the moment, particularly at the beginning of the week. But it could be time to reflect and review over what you've discovered throughout the week, what things have come up for you, where you're wanting to make changes and what you're wanting to do. It could be that you need to plan things, or to consider things in a different way, and that reflection will help that. Because it's the Mirror Guardian on this card, I will also say pay attention to the things that are poking you at the moment, the things that may be irritating you, and see where they're coming from. Quite often, people will mirror aspects of ourselves that we need to acknowledge. So, and then we've got the shaman talking to shaman earlier with shape shifting. This is ancient healing wisdom. Shamans walk between worlds. They walk with a foot in both worlds, and they commune with spirit. And one of the ways shaman work is by using their intuition. One of the ways that they work. So trusting that intuition and moving things along. You will, by the end of the week, most likely recognise where these changes need to come and recognise a way forward for you. So there you go. That is the weekly forecast from me, Tina Warren. The cards are in the description box below. And I'll be back next week. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. I would love it if you subscribed. And you can find more information about me in the description box. Take care, sending lots and lots of love to you. Be you and trust yourself. Bye-bye.